both teams winning coming from the winner's bracket. So here we are again, a lot of streaks, whatever you want to call it. These two teams are very, very known with one another, to say the least, when it comes down to it. And they know what to expect by now. And obviously, getting ready for DreamHack Winter 2013. It starts next week, Thursday to be exact. Of course, so less than a week away. These two teams are going to be finding themselves competing over there. Definitely the two favorites going into the event, no doubt. And again, what better way to kind of get a preview, perhaps, than with a grand final matchup here in cycle number 7. So with that said, we have the two teams going at it now. As far as the draft moving along here, the band's coming out to start things off. So let's, as always, take a look there first and see what's coming out. Warbeast, Scout, Keeper of the Forest, Slither are going to be the bands. Warbeast and Keeper taken out from Lions, Scout, and then Slither taken out from Stay Green. Now, we saw last series, Stay Green was banning the Wretched Hag against Denali Esports, at least for the first 2 games. So they're clearly starting to switch up the whole Dampier idea. They're not so focused on banning the Dampier anymore as time has moved on. Scout still, yes, that is an absolute ban of theirs clearly, but it's more so from a team-to-team basis apparently of who they're going to be banning when it comes down to it with the second ban. In this case, happens to be Slither. Again, Fuzi plays a great Slither. Just in general, an awesome short lane carry hero to be picked up for your team, so they are not going to want to deal with it here, thus they don't have to. Now, look at how the draft is going along. I know people are already very excited for good reason. You see over here on Lion Esports Club, they start with the Ophelia pick, actually. Was the Ophelia first pick? Yeah, Ophelia first pick. They followed it up with the Wretched Hag, the typical Lion Hag, and then the typical Lion Devourer. So this is a very comfortable lineup so far coming out from Lion Esports Club. Super KG going to get his hands on that Devo, I'm sure. As far as State Green is concerned, they too have a powerful combo of heroes already coming off the bat, of course. You got Flux into Engineer, or vice versa, Relay Engineer into Flux coming out now, and now their final pick before the second tier of bans going to be happening. But they got their mid lineup ready to go. They've been picking a lot of Flux lately, man. Clearly, Flux is a new flavor hero for Stay Green specifically. I mean, he is just a powerful hero. He fits, obviously, with the Engineer combination very, very well, but they've been playing a lot. Limp specifically is the one that plays it over here for Stay Green. And how about that final pick? Nymphora coming out for Stay Green. So they're interesting right here. That's them saying they don't want to go Tempest. They don't want to go Parasite. They don't want to run a jungler here. They're going to either look to run an aggressive tri-lane or do kind of a 2-2-1 setup here and take advantage of the jungler alliance, try to play aggressive in the lanes, win the lanes, and kind of move on from there. So Stay Green definitely making a statement here in this first game. Again, Lions up 1-0 off the bat. So obviously they're the ones that come into this matchup with a little less stress in that sense, but for all of us that remember, I believe it was the 4th cycle in HoN Tour, or maybe it was the 5th one. But anyways, where Lions, of course, they came in up 1-0. They then were up 2-0, and then Stay Green clawed and fought their way back, and they won the series 3-2. So to say the least, Lions has kind of learned that lesson that just because you start up 1-0, it really doesn't mean anything in the end. These two teams on any given Sunday, as it's put, which it actually happens to be a Sunday today, really can win against one another. They can have streaks against one another. I mean, it's proven in the matchup against. Overall, I believe it stands right now, and I still think that stands, where Lions is actually 10-9 overall in games against Stay Green. They are 4-3 overall in series, I believe it was. So again, then that's throughout HoN Tour at least. HoN Tour Season 2, that is. So again, a very, very even matchup when it comes down to it with these two teams and facing off against one another. So here we are, moving on with the bands. Obviously, the final band going to be coming out here. Look at that Dampier band coming up from Lions, actually. They take out the Dampier option, and for good reason. I mean, it was shaping up. This could have very possibly been a Dampier lineup coming out from Stay Green. So Dampier going to be taking out Pyromancer, Doctor, Repulsor, Gemini, Sandwraith, Grinix coming out. So a couple of noticeable ones to definitely talking about there. First off, the Gemini maybe making a little bit of a comeback going into the DreamHack event. That's going to be banned out by Stay Green, not letting Lions get their hand on it. I can't say from my personal history that's been happening a lot lately from Lions, but you know, with the Swinamelons banning that there, I would assume it's safe to say that is the case when it comes down to it. And then Grinix, the final pick. Now that we have seen a bit here on HoNcast from Lions. The Grinix pick from Jonas Fan specifically, he's shown knowing that that hero is a very powerful and a very strong suicide option, really. You know, kind of a substitute for Scout, or hell, even a better pick than Scout in some cases. But again, obviously banned out here, so not going to be seeing here. Glacius is the follow-up support pick from Lions. You do see Pestilence then coming out for Stay Green, so that too a little bit different from Stay Green. Usually Pestilence doesn't seem like their kind of hero. I mean, I assume that's going to end up in the hands of, I would think, Swinamounts, but yeah, this is, I don't know what to expect so far. I mean, it could be, you got your mid-flux NG possibly, but then you have an M4 Pestilence short, I guess. This could also mean they could aggressive dual lane here, but that might be a little risky. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see what Stay Green does here when it comes to when it comes down to their lineup and what they're looking to run. So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do there as their option. Now, as far as Lion Esports Club is concerned, their final pick going to be coming out here as they have 20 seconds remaining. Of course, Hag, they either run that carry or the Suicide Hag, or the short lane of the Suicide, I should say. So still not exactly sure what they're going to be going for with that final pick. But they're spending all their time thinking about it, and there you go. It is going to be Corrupted Disciple when it comes down to it for their final pick. So Corrupted Disciple is going to be their carry of choice, and Lion Esports is good to go. Wild Soul coming out for Stay Green. How about that? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Wild Soul coming out for Stay Green, and that's how it's going to finish up. So that's how things are going to look here, and they are ready to go now on Stay Green's side. So how about that? Lions versus Stay Green here. This is game number 1, technically. Yes, Lions is up 1-0 here in the series.
Let's get it on.
And here we are. Let's get it on indeed here. Moving on into the first game. So obviously going to be loading in now. Again, the lanes, though, it's from Stay Green. I'm very intrigued to see what they decide to do here when it comes down to it. You do see Swinamon's off the bat on Pestilence. He is headed towards that bottom lane here, and the rest of his team is going to be joining him. But again, how are they ultimately going to shape up on Stay Green? Are they just going to have that Suicide Wild Soul do that 2-2-1? But then again, who's going to end up where? I would think, again, it's going to be the Flux middle and then the Pestilence in that short lane. But that's if they decide to do that kind of setup. So they're going to go aggressive into the jungle, though. They're going to find themselves running into Lion Esports Club. Let me actually adjust the interface here real quickly. There we go. All right. So I'm going to scout things out with Boo Boo, of course. See what they're dealing with here. Obviously, Lion Esports Club, they are ready somewhat, but no, they are going to get pushed out. And Stay Green, all 5 of them being here, they're going to be able to get down their ward of sights. One ward of sight here. You do got a ward of sight placed earlier on from Lion, so they're getting a little bit of information as possibly where they may be counter-warding here. So I'm sure Rev Ward already purchased even. Yep, on the way. Courier with the Rev Ward, Flying Courier. Going to be given to Ophelia right here. And going to be spotting the ward of sight, at least ideally. There you go. Going to spot it easily, and that'll be a very, very quick counter ward. The other ward of sight actually not placed to block a camp here. It's just placed off to the side to get some vision into the jungle and make sure there is no ganks to be had onto him and whatnot, specifically from that Ophelia, of course. So you do see going to use the Wing Courier right here. Is he actually going to try for another counter ward, or is he just going to wait to see if it actually does spawn at that 30-second mark? You see Boo Boo in the meantime pulling the creep wave as it does. And going to pull it all the way over to the lane and being annoying as usual. There you go. It is going to spawn, so realizing he doesn't actually have to counter. But again, I wonder, oh, is that in range? It is. How about that? Talk about that presence of mind, man. Hanskin coming out right there and actually able to counter ward that ward aside that was placed off to the side into the jungle. So well played right there from Hanskin, and that means the jungle is going to be good for him as far as being able to work with it. So here we are in the process. Top lane, you got Wretched Hag up here. Going to be going against the Nymphora Pestilence. So that's kind of an answer there as far as what we're expecting to see. Again, it's thought it was going to be that. Just again, this is not usually Stay Green-like. Running the Pestilence short lane, a little bit different than we're used to seeing from them. So they got the Pestilence short lane though. Going to focus farm here. So Swinamon's playing the Pestilence. And then 4 going to do her part to obviously box out Wretched Hag as much as possible. But that means our middle lane matchup of Flux Engineer going up against the Devourer Glacius. Going to be fun to watch. Devourer off the bat actually taking a lot of pressure right there. He's going to be fine. Oh, trying to go for the hook. Going to miss, though, as Flux is just out of range and is going to be fine. Ophelia continue to farm in the jungle, and of course, Corrupt the Disciple. He's matched up against the Wild Soul, kinda. Wild Soul pretty much avoiding fights as he does, pulling the creep wave constantly with Boo Boo. So Corrupt the Disciple more so just tanking the creep wave at the base or at the tower even, and having to finish them off over there. Meanwhile, Engineer taking a freeze as he was trying to go for the top rune. Glacius gets there first though. Able to pick it up before him. Wretched Hag and M4 going at it. Oh, this is going to be close. Somebody's going to die right here. Who's going to be in? Dodges the seal stun. And Jonathan Fan will get the Bloodlust kill. Man, my nuts on M4 right there. He tried. He was standing his ground, and I kind of wonder if he was maybe expecting assistance. But, I mean, there's no way Pestilence was going to be able to get there in position to help him. So that was pretty much all on M4. Knowing it was a 1v1, he obviously was hoping that he would land the seal stun to be the difference maker, but unfortunately, Jonathan Fan a little too quick for him. Able to get the sidestep off, and he's able to stay alive and get the Bloodlust kill. So big start there for Lion Esports Club. Your Suicide Hag able to take out the support. Really doesn't get much better than that, obviously. So Wretched Hag, she's going to be dove at the tower. Pestilence doing some good pressure right here. That's an impale. Not going to get it off in time, though. And Wretched Hag able to blink away before she gets caught. Again, though, bottom lane, Fuzion, Corrupted Disciple. 10-1 creep farm now. We go Wild Soul, though, 14-3. So, once again, Chessie playing the Wild Soul, by the way. It's worth noting, obviously. You got Limp, again, he's their flex player over here for Stay Cream. Whenever they've been picking up quite a bit recently. So, he's going to be the flex player once again here. So, Chessie playing the Wild Soul. It's a little bit different of a makeup, but again, with certain heroes like the Warbeast, we see a lot of the time being a suicide role, doing the Wild Soul thing here, and actually doing the Ancients now. Going to clean up a little bit of farm off to the side. Devour, he has a hook ready to go once again, or he just used one, it looks like. Missing right there. He has another one coming in a couple seconds. See if maybe he finds an opportunity here. They're going to head towards the top rune. You see Angie kind of making his way over, and then for also here. Oh, it's going to be risky. Glacius going for it. This might come at a cost, though. He's able to get in good position for the kicks when that comes. But now Devour being chased down. Sealstar coming in. But here comes Wretched Hag. Can Devour live through this? He throws hook on a Flux, but he is going to fall shortly after. But they want to maybe take out Flux right here. Wretched Hag putting in the auto attacks. Glacius in trouble. Flux down. The punch attack. Not going to be enough. He'll fall. Now Glacius going at it with Nymph4 with the assistance of Hag. Heal bomb coming out. Wretched Hag, she needs to blink. Oh, she couldn't get the blink off. She chases though. Soda Scream in the auto attack. Double tap coming out for Jonas Fam. And I think that should be the end. I mean, he doesn't have enough mana for HoN just yet. He needs the 120. He is going to have enough now, but yeah, not going to chase. But there's a lot of back and forth going on right there. But when it's all said and done, Jonas Fan is now 3-0-0 as a suicide Wretched Hag here. That is pretty damn good start for him. Flux in the meantime, middle lane. He's being caught on right here. Devouring Glacier trying to finish him out. Flux pulls him in. Oh, the Diva hook just missing. That would have been a kill most likely, but now Devour, he's being chased out. One more auto attack uphill is going to be the difference. Oh, he will be fine. Devour manages to get away. What is going on bottom in the meantime? Hold that thought, though. Glacius trying to get away now. He tries to dodge the Kex down, but the placement from Z-Freak right there, just a little too strong. But at the bottom lane while that was happening, you see Ophelia coming in with the flank, able to get a gank on a Wild Soul with Corrupted Disciple. And Ophelia clearly... Well, actually, Corrupted Disciple's the one that got the credit for the kill right there. So TP coming in now from Wild Soul back in, but obviously that's good for Corrupted Disciple. Again, as far as creep farm goes, Wild Soul's actually been managing pretty solid. Even did the Ancients off to the side, but that death right there hurts him a little bit, and Corrupted actually going to be sent back to base right here now before making his way back to the bottom and eventually continuing to farm. So Steam Boots finished on him. Back to the top side, so now you have a 3-0-0 Wretched Hag as a suicide. Very good start for her. Still not able to really stand strong in the lane. Will have to fall back eventually. Even head towards the middle now. As Devour, once again looking for that other hook opportunity. Flux is currently by himself. Does have Engie coming back in, though. Flux does have the bottle on him, so the 6-minute rune. Not exactly sure. Okay, it looks like it was picked up by Wretched Hag right here. Regen rune picked up by Hag. You gotta see if she can make some use of that here in the meantime. Corrupted Disciple, Ring of the Teacher, Steam Boots finished. Really getting the free farm on now down here is Fuzi. 337 gold per minute. Obviously Energizer, more than likely in the works. So, pretty action-packed game here already early on. 4-3 hero kill advantage in favor of Line Esports Club. Flux is currently 19-2, Devour 23-7, so Devo does have the slight advantage there when it comes to creep farm at least. The GPM chart is ahead though for Flux, mainly because of the hero kill status there. And as you can tell, he's trying to find a little bit of that angle, but obviously by now, Stay Green especially, they're very practiced against Super KGE's Devo, so know about the angles. I mean, even with that though, he still lands the big hooks, but there's only so much you can eventually do in the end, of course. But again, they have been very, very practiced against the say least. How about this? Alchemist Bones picked up on Pestilence. So talk about wanting to really bulk up the Pestilence here. Very greedy, but it is going to start skyrocketing that farm onto Pestilence. That is interesting, though, man. I mean, because they have a Wild Soul here in this game who's actually doing solid, 256 gold per minute. But with the Alchemist Bone pickup on Pestilence, I mean, that's also making a point that they also want to get some early farm on him and maybe try to compete in as far as that carry presence goes. But the earlier on presence, say if he obviously would have got something like the Portal Key instead, not going to be as impactful. Flux gets pulled in the meantime. Release going to be used right there. Freeze on top. The Keg's not going to be used, though. Flux has good positioning right here to get away. Devo running in. Oh, beautiful bad blast from Jonas Van. Cleans up on a Flux. Chasing Engineer now. Wild Soul's here, but it's not going to matter. Oh, what are those? Zeal Stun coming out on to Devour. Devour the hook to finish him off. He somehow managed to get the angle, even with Wild Soul there. And now Wild Soul's in trouble. Gets the root on to Devo in the meantime. Still won't fall. Denies himself. He denies himself with a rod. Talk about perfect RNG right there. Should I say RNG or should I say that's Super KGE? And so the HoN gods favor him right there. But no, double tap for Handskin coming out also when it's all said and done. And now we're looking at an 8-3 hero kill advantage in favor of Line Esports Club. 2,700 gold lead, 4,400 experience. What a middle fight right there. I mean, the fact that Devo ended up denying himself when it was all said and done. Holy crap. Was that something. Bottom tower goes down right there. Corrupted Disciple able to push it in. 1,800 gold saved up. He is farming 425 GPM now. That is a big start. So, I mean, I'll look back at this Alchemist Bones pickup for Pestilence. I'm not saying that would have made any difference that last fight by any means. But this, I mean, sure, his GPM upwards of 400 now. In fact, he finishes the Steam Boots right there. But it's interesting, to say the least. I mean, Pestilence is really not a hero either that's like, oh, we need attack speed on this guy. He's more the initiator for the team, you know, getting in the front lines, getting that Swarm debuff on, the big Impale stun, and starting things up. Obviously, the Gore proc can benefit from the attack speed, sure, but I don't know, it's different. It definitely is, and obviously they're trying something different here. As the last couple of times they have ran into lines, again, they got swept both of those times, so maybe that had something to do with it. But and also, you know, maybe just trying out strategies going into the DreamHack event, even so. And obviously, there is a bit on the line here, as always, you know, both in money and points, but in the end, you know, they may think it's worth it to be willing to try some different strategies in that tournament environment, knowing that it is. But Pestilence, 800 more gold saved up. So again, the Alchemist Bones obviously enhancing that farm pretty crazy-like. We now have a 400 GPM Pestilence here. But now you have a Corrupted Disciple who's also at 400 GPM. And again, the Energizer, Steam Boots, Mystic Vestments has plenty of build-up. I'm going to continue to push out the bottom lane right here. So the tower, we'll see if Stay Green looks to defend this or not. Middle lane, though. Ophelia coming in. Double Skeleton King and a Vagabond leader actually picked up on him. They're going to push the middle, it looks like. But they're also pushing bottom, so Stay Green has a decision to make here. Will they try to defend? Which one will they really try to priority defend? They're trying to maybe gain Corrupted. is a Flux Engie, but I think Corrupt is going to be falling back to the point of, he's going to kind of come back up right here. He is, and he's in trouble, actually. Flux coming in there. It's a discharge of release. The Keg Stun connects. Fuzi's in a lot of trouble. He's getting energized. He doesn't energize, actually. He puts a conduit up. There comes the energize finally. He's bulky, man. The conduit's doing work. The conduit's doing work. Look at Flux. Look at Engie. The turnaround from Fuzi. The electric tide not up on cooldown. One more auto attack, though. He gets pulled in. He gets the counter kill. What a man up by Fuzi. He falls when it's all said and done. But they get the middle tower kill in the process. And now they're pushing for the bottom tower. That is the power of Conduit right there, ladies and gentlemen. They had what looked like to be a sure and easy kill. Conduit on a Flux, though. He was getting to a point where he was dealing negative damage, I'm pretty sure. And then Corrupt was like, well, here's my man-up moment. And boy, did that work out. They also get the bottom secondary. And Lion Esports Club, they are starting the snowball. 12 minutes in, 6,500 gold lead, 4,100 experience lead. You have a Pestilence right here. 1,450 gold saved up. So again, I mean, I don't know. With the Alchemist Bones pick, I really wonder, too, is he going to be going for, like, an Insanitarius heal out of I mean, what is he doing? Is he going to go for more of the battle build? Or is he still going to go that typical initiation route? Now, Wild Soul does have 1930 gold saved up. Again, we talk about Keizu playing the Wild Soul. He's the one that's been playing a bit recently once again. And how he likes to go the Ghost Marchers, at least on Boo Boo, always before he works into that Mock of Brilliance. But here it looks like Jesse might be going his own way and just getting the boots on both, and then into the Mock of Brilliance next. Now they're also trying to gank the middle lane. Devour, he's in trouble. Needs to get back in time. Magnetic is going to be in range. He'll stun perfectly on top. Devour is locked down. He has an ultimate. He's going to use it right there at the last second, but it doesn't matter. Good gank coming out from Stay Green as they lock down Devour, and now they're going to counter push the middle lane. But in the meantime, you got Corrupt Disciple and Hack already banging on the top tower. And here comes Glacius to assist. So this, at the very least, is going to be a top tower kill. Will they be able to get the middle at least for Stay Green? Vulnerability coming out. And it is going to scare them off. Yeah, they don't want to risk it too much. In fact, net there on Engineer coming up. Look at the standing on the outskirts. He runs through it. He doesn't care. He's going to screw it. I don't care about your energy field. Push back from Flux right there. But obviously not really able to use the combo to their best. Just really helping to get away. They also save the tower on Lions on top of getting the hero kill right there. You see bottom lane. Pestilence. He's got the portal key. Okay. So he's got the portal key now with the Steam Boots Alchemist Bones here. So he has that jump chance. He has the initiation. His GPM up there, 415 gold per minute. So just really wanted the Alchemist Bones to continue the route with the farm. I mean, it looks like he is going to be going still to more the typical initiation route with the portal key, and then I expect the Shrunken Head to definitely follow up here. But even with the Alchemist Bones, I mean, he still needs quite a bit for the Shrunken Head. I think he might have got the Mighty Blade right there. If I'm not mistaken, he's heading back to base right now. We'll see. Thought he had definitely more gold than that when he started those Ancients, but maybe I was mistaken. Anyways, they're trying to chase Engineer right here. Engineer's going to be able to get away in time, though, before he gets caught. But Lions knows they have an advantage right now. I mean, again, with the greedy pick there on Pestilence, and Wild Soul still working on the Mock of Brilliance, you just push if you're Lion Esports Club, and they're doing exactly just that. They're taking advantage of the situation of the game right now, of course. And now they're rotating towards the top lane on top of that. Devo Glacius coming up here. You have Ophelia, Hag, and Corrupted Disciple all making their way up here as well. And now into the tower they go. So this top tower, easily going to fall. Is this the last outer tower? It is. Holy crap. I mean, we're only 15 and a half minutes in. Lion Esports Club going to manage to get all outer towers destroyed already. And that lead now, 10,000 plus gold lead, 3,500 experience lead here in their favor. So they're rotating back towards mid. They see State Green also falling back now, however. Bottom tower is being pushed in by SG. They don't have a tower kill yet. They're going for their first one down here. They probably are going to get it. All right, so they will get their first tower kill. That's where it's kind of good and bad for State Green. So they do have a lot of room to make up as far as gold goes, but they do have 5 more outer towers to kill compared to Lions, who's already killed all the outer towers. So that's obviously, again, kind of good in that sense, but at the same time, it's still a bad spot to be in by all means. I mean, the map control is well in favor of Lions to this. But you look what Staker's doing. I mean, they're taking out stacked jungle camps here on Lion Esports Club side. So see the bottom side in the meantime. Corrupt Disciple is here now, and he is working towards that shrunken head. And Jesse, we saw against Denali Esports, I believe did he run Corrupted all 3 games, or was that just the first 2? Anyways, he went to Dawnbringer. I think it was just the first 2. Went to Dawnbringer for those, but I think this is going to be a shrunken head. 2,700 gold now saved up. We'll see here very shortly once he hits that 2,900 gold mark, if that is the absolute or not. Pestilence 1,500. Yeah, there's a shrunken head. Life 2 purchased by Devour. Glacius waiting to see if anyone baits for Corrupt Disciple right here or not, to assist him, maybe go for another man-up turnaround. And Pestilence is heading down that direction. It might be waiting. No, there's not waiting for Ancients. They're waiting to see if any push happens here at the bottom. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. Glacius is kind of nearby. He's might forward block yet. He's going to block the Ancients right here. So we'll see if Stay Green's able to pick up on that or not sooner than later. Probably end up having to wait at least one spawn before they realize, of course. Where's Wild Soul at? He has the Sword of the High, I believe? Yeah, Boo Boo has the Sword of the High. So he needs 1,350 for that Mock of Brilliance pattern. But once he has that, it's been a while since Wild Soul has been an established, really a concrete hero on the competitive scene, but TMSR, KZU specifically, has been bringing him back every now and then recently, and he still has that presence in the end where he gets that mock, and that's where the game can definitely start to change if you're not too far ahead. Granted, Lions is pretty far ahead, though. And they are getting their bigger item pickups. Again, the Shrunken Head finish on Corrupted. He got the full Shamans on Devour. He actually has another 1,000 gold saved up. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Barrier Idol obviously finish on top of that. Wretched Hag, the start that he had. He's still 4-0-3 here. 380 gold per minute. He has a Light Brand on top of items already. 2,000 gold saved up. So yeah, Blessed Orb is actually going to be coming out very shortly right here for him. Pretty damn good. Pestilence, okay, he has a Mighty Blade on him. I want to say he has a Warhammer as well. There's no way he doesn't, right? I mean, with the Alchemist Bones, he's farming 422 gold per minute. He definitely has a Warhammer. So I would assume he needs that 1,300 gold mark for the pattern. And then he should have a Shrunken Head as well. Obviously, it's still, even though he went the Alchemist Bones first, that's what that item does. I mean, obviously, it enhances your farm to the point where here we are, 18 and a half, really coming up to 19 minutes, and even getting a 20-minute Portal Key Shrunken Head, pretty damn good on Pestilence, let alone with an Alchemist Bones on top of that. So, again, from that perspective, it's actually pretty cool, or pretty good even. But here comes the Congo attempt from Lions, and I don't know if Stay-O, they definitely know. Okay, they do have a Ward of Sight right here, but they don't. I just think they're not confident. I mean, they don't have the Shrunken Head yet on Pestilence, and without that, they're probably feeling like it's not going to happen. The Mock of Brilliance is just getting finished on Wild Soul. Lions, are they going to try to counter is the question. The Glacial Downpour! Pestilence all of a sudden, he tried to Portal Key! He could have done the Battle Blast and only hits one! Pestilence is able to skirt away. There's the Flux engine combo, but Flux is dropping the Shrunken Head from Corrupted Disciple, doing a lot of work, hooked through the uprights, missing everyone. It doesn't matter though, Nymph 4 is going to fall, and the rest are getting back to base. Now, Wildsoul just got that mock in just Pestilence. They want revenge. They're trying to make this happen. Flux going YOLO right here. He gets Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag is going to fall. The Mocker Brilliance Boo Boo doing plenty. Corrupted Disciple. Did he overstep his boundaries? He's going to go for the TP. That's not going to happen. Ophelia and Devour, they chase down onto Engineer, but at what cost right here? Now Ophelia's going at it with Flux. You do see Sealkid falling. Flux being locked down. There's the hook right there in Nymph 4. Nymph 4 is going to be locked down with the ultimate from Devour, and he will be finished off, and now Devour's coming back in. Oh, this is a very close battle right here. Nice release coming out. Ophelia wants to finish off Flux. Wildstar as well. Boo Boo with the mock doing so much damage though. The pushback from Flux. Devo trying to hook. Look at Wildstar standing in front of him though. He can't let him hook. He pushes it back. The hook misses, and Devo will fall. Beautiful play from Stay Green. That did require 2 buybacks on Flux and Infora, but they genocide right there. Congo has regenerated a bit of life. You see Wildsoul heading over here, though. He's going to see if maybe he can ninja. I don't know if he's going to be able to. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think he might have regenerated too much life. You already see Glacius heading over, and here comes Wretched Hag as well. Yeah, definitely not going to happen. In fact, Wildsoul needs to be careful. Oh, Wildsoul might be in trouble now. You see Wretched Hag, is she going to go? Is she going to chase after? Not going to happen. So what a crazy fight, though. Lion Esports Club, It was a good start. They prevented the portal key from Pestilence with the Glacial Downpour, but the Bat Blast from Jonas Fan was a little off. He did not hit Pestilence. The Flux NG combo started to kick in for Stay Green. Now, granted, after that, still Lions was looking good. Again, the buybacks is what made the difference. Lions actually got a little too committed at that point, and they ended up getting genocided. So, overall, though, they're going to go back to Kongor again. They could have just stayed at they could have done Kongor right there. They definitely would have gotten Kongor if they just 100% committed to that. But because they wanted to try to get the jump, which, again, understandable, want to really push it into Stay Green. And that could have finished the game right there if they won the fight devastatingly. But they did not. Stay Green holds their own, and arguably they even come out on top of it. So now you have a full Shrunken and a Pestilence. Watzel, obviously, he's got the Mock of Brilliance. He's got Ghost Marchers on Boo Boo now on top of that. And Stay Green is starting to look a lot better now. It is still lead for Lions, but Stay Green definitely having some fighting power here. And nice Devo off to the side. He's going to hook in Flux right there. Flux going to be locked down. There comes Pestilence on the pole right there. No energy field just yet. Finally coming out. Crypt Disciple though. Shrunken Head. Flux is going to fall. You look at NG off to the side. NG's barely alive. He will fall. Now Pestilence still doing plenty of damage though. Nobody dead on Lions, however. Lion Esports Club winning that fight big time. Ophelia, the Ophelia touch, the healing touch even on top of the Astrolabe. They get the they support one another very well right there. And they win that fight. And now they're going to take out Kongor. So, once again, that was actually a decent start for Stay Green right there. A good jump in from Pestilence, but I think Ophelia was a big part of that fight when it was all said and done. And now, all of a sudden, you do have a Token of Life actually picked up by Jonas Fan. So they give it to Wretched Hag right here, not to Corrupt the Disciple. Corrupt the Disciple does have another 2,500 gold saved up in the meantime. So we'll see what item he goes for next. Nymphora TPing and Pestilence to the bottom. They're looking to see if they could get a pick on anybody. Maybe find that person in the jungle, but by himself, he's decently farmed. I don't think he's going to be getting a solo kill, though. He is going to find Pestilence. Yeah, not going to happen, though. He's like, never mind. Not going to commit to that fight. So he buzzes away before any kill happens onto him. Top lane, Devour pushing it up. He has a haste rune bottle. He is tanky. You see on the mini-map, they're in the vicinity, but Flux and NG alone, I don't think they're going to be dropping him either. So, yeah, they don't even bother with it. They just continue to farm in the jungle. Wild Soul, again, the longer you give him, the more and more dangerous he gets big time. 375 GPM has definitely risen quite a bit. Does Boob have anything different? No, still the same as we talked about last time. 1,100 gold saved up. There's a Firebrand purchased by Corrupt the Disciple. So very likely that Geometer's Bane going to be coming out for him. Devour finding. Oh, we thought about hooking, but I think he realized that two were there and probably wouldn't be worth it. So he's instead going to go back to the top lane, but uh-oh, Super KG is definitely in trouble now. Wild Soul also coming up here. He's going to kind of hug the trees. He does have the haste rune once again, so if he gets NG, nothing that Wild Soul can really do. Not going to happen, though. NG's just a little too passive right here. Here comes Boo Boo. Oh, bottom lane in the meantime. Pestilence actually being chased down. He's going to activate the Shrunken Head. He's going to go for the TP. Can they stop it? Skeleton King? No, they didn't have a Skeleton King there. He had no Skeleton King. Double Minotaur Catman. In the meantime, Devour actually is found. Devour trying to go for the TP. Oh, he will be fine. So he manages to escape death as well. So both sides have some scary moments right there. But in the end, obviously Stay Green coming out on top. Or, no, I don't know why I said that. Both teams coming out, or Lions even more so, still in the better spot, I guess is where I was getting at. Sometimes my mind just goes off in random places. Shrunken Head in the works on Flux in the meantime. Just saw the Warhammer purchase on him. There's a top tower push from Stay Green, so that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I mean, the 6 tower kills from Lions happened in about 15.5 minutes, so they catch Pestilence once again. Sealstone on to Devour, pushback right there. Freeze on a Pestilence, so coming out. He doesn't have a Shrunken Head. The lockdown going to be enough. Pestilence will fall right there. He does have buyback. He does have buyback, and he'll very likely need to use it right here. If anything, Lions is probably going to at least just try to bait that out. We'll see if they keep going or not after that, but they do have a token on Hag. That has about 350 remaining on it, so still plenty of time. Soul's Bulwark finished on Wild Soul in the meantime. And yeah, they're going to start working on the base. There's the buyback. Lions, are they going to react? They start falling back. Pestilence is not going to get there in time. So yeah, Alliance plays it safe. They get the buyback. They got what they wanted. They're kind of doing a wraparound, though. Devo going for the hook. Oh, he just split it. He almost got one or the other. Ended up hitting neither. And Boo Boo gets picked off, actually. That's kind of a big deal. Boo Boo's down for, or he's up, but he's on cooldown now for 115 seconds. So, well, so obviously needs to be careful about that, but looks like they are going to fall back. Not going to push it all the way. Where's Nymphora TPing? I hear. Where are they going? Oh, they're going over here. Ooh, they could catch Hag. Hag's flying away. They had the swarm on her the whole time. She is going to be locked down, and she will fall. So the token of life going to be used right there. Corrupted and wants revenge, damn it. He's going to chase Nymphora. You see Nymphora's like, don't leave me. Not much Pestilence can do, though. Will they continue to chase? Probably not. But Hag, again, so Hag is still up, obviously. She had the token. And now with Nymphora dead, they're going to push middle once again. So numbers advantage in favor of Lions. Won't have the token. But they are still going back in. So you poured in from Wild, so right there. Wretched Hag. Invis off to the side. 3,500 gold saved up. There's the hook, and it flux! Oh, but he's over the ledge! He was just on the ledge right there. Oh, Devourer wasn't far enough back off of the ledge. He basically hooked him in right on it, and so Flux was still able to just skirt on up. Oh, man. A little bit of lucky right there, but in the end, he is fine. And once again, Lions will fall back from actually breaking through into the base right there and continue to farm more. Frostburn finished on Corrupted Disciple. So, yeah, he's going to go the Frostburn into the Dawnbringer here, it looks like. 3,800 gold on Wretched Hag, so that's Shrunken Head is coming up here. Ophelia, Abyssal Skull, Puzzle Box, level 1 finish. You got an Astrolabe, Plated Greaves, Ring of Sorcery, all about the team, as Ophelias typically are. And definitely doing work here with that, yeah, so even the Abyssal Skull pickup, obviously having that plus armor, going up against the likes of Pestilence, pretty good news. Speaking of Pestilence, that farm, it's been static around around this 420, 425 gold per minute mark. Still very good, of course, but it hasn't been increasing by any means. And that, ooh, look at that pickup by Devour. What? Okay, he sells it. He's going to go to Soulsburg. Okay, so he eventually may very likely go into a full Demonic Breastplate, but going the Soul's Bulwark here initially makes sense over the Warp Cleft. Especially for a Devo. Shrunken Head is finished on Wretched Hag. So, you know, again, ideally the Dawnbringer on Corrupted Disciple is probably that really next go-to item. The token, or the Conger even, I would assume is not going to be much longer. Maybe 2-3 minutes at the most. Oh, they're at their Ancients. Is the Hellborn Team Engineer going to TP out? He is going to be fine. And Corrupted Disciple will actually finish off the Ancients for them. So, going to take their farm. In the meantime, Wild Soul doing what he does best, pushing lanes where the team's not. And he's trying to go for this top tower. It's going to be close. God, he hits so hard. If Vulnerability comes out, though, Hag's going to scare it off. And he will be able to deny it right here. So good timing by Jonas Fan. But yeah, you just see the damage, man. Just a Soul's Bulwark mock. Boo Boo just tears up those towers. It is denied, though, at least, for Lion Esports Club. And now they're moving as a team. They find Devo right here, picks up the double damage and right in front of him. And Devour is going to be locked down. Devour he just bought as well. He has no buyback. Congor's not up yet, at least, for Lion's sake. So stay green. It's just going to go back to very likely farming out the lanes here. So it won't be the end of the world with that pick, but still very good pick from Stay Green. Again, it just so happened to be the double damage spawn right in front of him right there. It's a good pickup for him. And now we'll see what item Pestilence progresses with here. So the Portakey is stronger than the Alchemist Bones. I would assume the damage follow-up, even something like a Shield Breaker here, would make sense for him. How's that Dawnbringer coming along? Corruptus Farm, 450 GPM. It's 1,300 gold currently saved up, so getting there. Pushing out the middle lane in the meantime. Glacius, Steam Boots Power Supply. Seal Kid feeling pretty good this game. About his farm. Z-Freak as usual too. Actually, Z-Freak's definitely more under-farmed than he's used to. He only has the Striders here with the mana better. Used to seeing Steam Boots and even a Portal Key at this point on his Engineer, but this game's obviously been a bit different. Corrupted's actually going to port out before finishing off the Catman Soldier, and that's, takes out the bigger farm creep and leaves the other one behind, so it doesn't spawn a new camp for them. There's some smart tactics there. Devo roaming through his own jungle. So Super KG not going the Portal Key route this time. We do see that obviously a bit, where he'll go the Portal Key on Devo and continue to play extra aggressive. Apparently we have a restroom break coming out right here from Stay Green. Possibility of being a long series, of course. But if this is obviously with that at this point in the game, I mean, again, Lions coming in up 1-0. And here we are. Lions has been looking pretty good for most of this game here, but there is that Wild Soul factor. And you do see here, Chessie's now at 450 GPM. Where's Boo Boo? Boo Boo's here. And actually, Demonic Breastplate is getting closer now for him as well. So that farm for Stay Green. It's good news there. But again, overall, as a team, Lions is in the better spot. And they're coming off a big momentum high of both last cycle and this cycle. They've only dropped one game so far between these two cycles. Definitely Stay Green-esque as far as streaks that Stay Green has had, of course. So Lions just trying to surpass him and had a pretty good time. Again, with the DreamHack event coming up. Going to be going into that. So excited once again for that, as always. Hey, I've been talking about it a lot this weekend, but hey, we can't talk about it enough, right? I mean, again, DreamHack coming up. Holy crap, what an event it's going to be. The best teams are going to be there, man. I mean, especially these more recent DreamHacks, the biggest criticism has been we've had multiple teams from regions like CIS, from Latin America, from Southeast Asia, and yes, it's understandable why that was the case, but there was a lot of argument out there, and I agree in the end. It's as far as having the overall the best competition there, it did handicap that to an extent. This event, it's different. It's much different. This event, again, I keep stressing this, and it's true. It really is. I mean, this is going to be the most competitive DreamHack I really think we're ever going to have when it comes to DreamHack Heroes and Newers. So, I mean, really, every team at DreamHack, the 8 teams that are qualified, and then even the BYLC teams, especially depending who's going to be there, can beat any other team. Really, it can happen. It's happened through HoN Tour. Why couldn't it happen at DreamHack? So it's going to be so much fun. That starts next Thursday. Again, I assume pretty much all the information is going to be coming out earlier on this week here, as far as the stream for it, as far as the full group standings and everything, how the schedule's going to look, and all the matchups and everything, and how that's also going to shape up. I believe should be coming out earlier part of this week, of course, leading into the event. So obviously we'll do our part to let you guys know when that information is out there going into that DreamHack event to get extra hype and extra ready for it. Here we go, though. Back into this game. You do see the lockdown onto Kongor from Devour, and they're going full force for it. So again, remember what happened last time. They got distracted and made a fight happen. This time, Stay Green, they're not going. They're just going to give it up. You know what? I don't think they realized initially. I think they kind of wanted to fight this, but yeah, Kongor's dead now. And they're going to... Who got it? Hag again? Yeah, Hag got the token of life once again. Just like last time. So, Corrupted Disciple is going to have that full Dawnbringer finished. At least if he wants to. He has the gold for it. Maybe since he didn't go the token, ideally going a buyback. Want to be out of the question here. Of course, speaking of that, the buyback situation is slightly better for Lions. Devo's the only one with that's used a buyback. As far as Stay Green, they have Pestilence, Nymphora, and Flux that have all used buybacks themselves. 3,300 gold on Pestilence. If he was going Shield Breaker, would have had it by now, so maybe not going that route. Pulling up quite a bit of gold, though. Still have to wait and see where he gets at this point. I wonder if he's going to try to go for just being bulky here, maybe something like a Behemoth Art even. And allow Wild Soul to be the majority of the damage and rely on the Wombo combo as well. So He can still put out some good damage himself, obviously, even with an item like that, and with a Swarm debuff and his Gore procs and just his general auto attacks. So we'll see what Pestilence goes for. Tablet of Command finished on Amphora. I think I saw the Abyssal Skull purchased by Wild Soul. Yes, he has a full demonic on Boo Boo, and oh, the Abyssal Skull, yeah, so he's keeping it on himself, actually, for the R in the background. So Boo Boo doing his part to kind of push back the lane right here. HoN's going to be applied to Boo Boo. Oh, the hook just out of range of Flux. Wanted to hit him once again. This time just short. The Electric Tide, Boo Boo is taking some good damage. Again, he does have a Resurrection, but the second one, you need to be a lot more cautious with it. But they are doing enough to hold off this middle push. You do see the bottom lane in the meantime. It's being pushed in by the creep wave somewhat. Still a secondary tower there, but I don't think Lions is too concerned about that. You see a play mill actually purchased by Hag, so Frostfield play going to be coming out for him. Like seeing that pick up. That does mean she's passing up the idea of something like a Sheepstick, though. And actually, oh, he catches Boo Boo right there. The amp damage coming out, and Boo Boo is going to fall, but it won't cost her. Beautiful Flux Engine combination. Corrupted Disciple could not even get the Shrunken Head off. Down goes Wretched Hag. She comes back up. She has a Bat Blast. She's trying to find the angle. She can't do it just yet. She blinks away. Then turn around with the Bat Blast. Pestilence takes the hit of it. He gets frozen. Pestilence trying to run. Pestilence may fall. It might not matter, though. Pestilence does go down, but Lions is on the run. Wretched Hag plays at the last second. He needs to get away. Boo Boo's chasing. Corrupted Disciple coming back in, but down goes Wretched Hag. Corrupted Disciple. He's going man mode damage. Shrunken Head is up, but now Boo Boo's continuing to chase. That is the second Boo Boo, though, if Corrupted can take him out. But nice stun from Pestilence, and down goes Corrupted Disciple. So Lion Esports Club, they try to push into the base to fight, though. Stay green. The beautiful Flux NG combo comes through yet again, and they hold them off. So Stay Green is going to fight them back right here. And that golden experience has definitely dwindled down quite a bit. Wild Soul's now really farming. So again, you look back at the last fight right there. Another big part of it, Devo ended up hooking the Boo Boo, and he even used the ulti on Boo Boo right there. They were focused on trying to kill that Boo Boo initially, and that's where Stay Green took advantage of that distraction. Corrupted Disciple did nothing. He did absolutely nothing in that last fight. And again, he was saving up his gold for a buyback, which he used, but then he comes back in and, well, unfortunately dies again. So, Genocide coming out for Stay Green right there. And I bet Lion Esports Club is saying to themselves all of a sudden now, wait a second, this game is definitely not in our hands, and you can even argue it's an advantage of Stay Green in some cases. But I mean, overall, the golden experience again still in favor of Lions, but that Wild Soul is definitely continuing to be more and more threatening as the game picks up. Pestilence, he's used both of his buybacks, so that that is something if you're Lions here, you're out looking at. In fact, oh, they're going to find a kill opportunity. Ophelia's going to run right into it, then the Swarm comes up. Look at how fast she's going to drop. Boo Boo's there, and Amphora's here. Everybody's here. And that's an easy kill onto her. So Stay Green's really picking up the momentum here. They also find Glacial. Sealkid was roaming around. He got pulled in. He's going to fall. Talk about just complete swing, man. I mean, it is all Stay Green right now. It really is all Stay Green right here. Shieldbreaker is going to be purchased by Pestilence. Again, he has no more buyback. I think that's just a level 1 Shieldbreaker. No, it's even a level 2 Shieldbreaker. Holy crap. Yeah, he is going to be hitting really hard now. Boo Boo in the front lines. The tower is dropping quickly. See Lion Esports Club. What are they going to do to try to defend? They pull in Boo Boo right there once again, just like last time, but not even enough for the kill. And he goes right back to the tower. They even have a resurrection on him, so not the end of the world, obviously. Just sitting on the racks. He is going to fall. But Chessie going to bring him right back up right here. And they're going to fall back. So they don't get the melee racks, but they do a lot of damage. And look at that swing, man. I mean, it was upwards of 12,000 golden experience by Lion Esports Club. And now you have Stay Green is up at 1,600 gold and 1,100 experience here all of a sudden. Mighty Blade picked up on Flux. That Frostful Skull going to eventually be coming. Pestilence is hitting hard, man. And then you have another 4,600 gold on Wild Soul here with Boo Boo, his current items. We'll see what he goes for next on him, but he got the post-haste upgrade even on himself. What's going on up here? Oh, Corrupted Disciple actually finding a kill on the Nifora. Free kill right there. He's still trying to finish the Dahmer. Again, he saved up that gold. He ended up using a buyback with it. But nice. Still no Dawnbringer finish though. So just losing a little bit of benefit from that. Brutalizer finished on Wild Soul. So now Boo Boo even that much more of a threat in this game here. Shield Breaker level 3 picked up by Pestilence. You have 2,200 gold saved up on Devour. Puzzle Box is level 3 here for Ophelia. There's a Frostfield play finished on Hag. Again, I like that pickup for several reasons. Mainly because of just the physical presence really on Pestilence and Boo Boo, but also the minus attack speed aura, especially against Boo Boo, very good. But yeah, last fight, Corrupted Disciple really struggled to do much. Definitely could use him in terms of being able to stand strong and get that conduit up, obviously. And look to do some good damage here. So they're kind of working in the Hellborn jungle, but they are going to fall back before any jumps happen up there. And they're trying to bait out Wild Soul here in the meantime. The middle lane, Pestilence and Flux, and pretty much everyone hiding behind, but not going to fall for it. So once again, Kongor. The next Kongor will be a third Kongor kill, actually. You know, that actually goes back, too, to the decision by Alliance to actually put the Token of Life on Hag instead of Corrupted Disciple. I mean, you can imagine if Corrupted had the token that last fight when all that action took place, how that may have been different. But that is a hindsight thing at the same time. I mean, just because of how that fight played out, I mean, you can see reasons for both Hag and Corrupted in the end to have it. But yeah, they have chosen to put it on Hag both times here. And again, Stay Green, you can just feel everything's really just starting to go for them here in game number 1 now. Trying to tie up this series and basically make it an even best out of 3 here. Is what it would come down to if Stay Green's able to pull through with this victory. Oh, we're going to have a clash. We're going to have a big clash. Glacius runs right into them. Glacius falls in 2 hits. Hook in there in the background on the Pestilence. He's going to nom on top of him. Energy field's put down, though. This is an awkward placement. Corrupted Disciple again! He's just dropping. He finally gets away at the last second, but his team is falling. Big Bat Blast in the background. It's multiple heroes. Flux now taking some good damage in the background, but he is so tanky. He's so tanky. He's living forever. He finally falls, but Legion team trying to clean up Wretched Hag. She gets knocked out. She gets go to Wild Soul. It's Pestilence versus Wretched Hag, and Wretched Hag's going to win it. And the only man, the last man standing is Wretched Hag, a genocide for Lion Esports Club. Holy crap. What a fight! Oh, man. It's just all of a sudden, it's just Hag versus Pestilence. I thought that was going so much better for Stay Green for some reason. But it wasn't. Clearly, Lions was doing enough. The Ophelia minions also assisting. And now they're going to push in. Now, Wild Soul does have a buyback. He already used it even. So he's going to be up right here. He's going to try to fight off Wretched Hag as much as possible, which he definitely should be able to. In fact, Hag's playing risky, man. If he got entangled there. Boo Boo's doing a lot of damage, so I would have been a little worried if I was him. But he does get away, and that will be the end of that. But wow, what an end. I mean, holy crap. Wretched Hag versus Pestilence. And that's how that fight will end, with Hag coming out on top. So, again, though, Corrupted Disciple, he is just getting focused off the bat. He was able to barely survive this time, however, and obviously he came back in, but then we saw Flux tanking all that damage, managing to live. Buyback situation, again, the one buyback was used on Wild, so other than that, it's the same as it was before. Wild Soul already has another 3,400 gold, though. Look at Wild Soul's farm, too, GPM chart, 620 gold per minute. For Wild Soul right here. Again, Dawnbringer still not finished on Corrupted. He is saving for that one buyback as well, understandably. But not being able to have that Dawnbringer just yet is hurting, enhancing that farm even a little bit more, and also, you know, maximizing all the stats, of course, with putting it all together. Kongor is up. This is the third Kongor kill, and, you know, what a better game than this one to have a third Kongor kill be pretty decisive. When it comes down to it. We're coming up to the 44-minute mark here. Puzzle box minions going to be scouted out. And actually, oh, the hook on it for it, but they didn't have the follow-up. Devour did not ultimate right there. Very curious about that. NG just used his keg stun, so maybe they figure there was a little more backup nearby. That's probably what it was. I mean, obviously, again, for us, it's easy to say that, but I'm sure they just assumed more backup was nearby. That could have been a free kill in a 4, though. But again, understandably, both teams in the Congo area. You see the Seal Kid with the bound eye, kind of clearing out around the pit. Waldsel's level 25 as well. He's the first one and only one so far to hit that mark. Hag actually has a Blessed Orb now picked up. Sheepstick going to be progressed by her. 3,400 gold now on Corrupted Disciple. Ooh, and he's not even going the Dawnbringer in the end. Okay. So maybe a little more reason as to why he hasn't been buying it yet. But he actually picks up a Dancing Blade. He's going to be going for the wing bow. That's a little risky, though, because you see, obviously he doesn't have a Savage Mace yet, but Walso does have 4,400 gold saved up. And you got Boo Boo here. He could definitely make room for a Savage Mace next, and I would not be surprised at all to see a Savage Mace next here on Boo Boo. And that's, again, still, wing bow is a good item to have, but I guess it doesn't have to be a wing bow at the same time. It could definitely be a Genjuro as well. In this case especially, though, I would think he would actually go the Assassin Shot first, if that was the case. So I don't know about the wing bow pickup. I don't know about that. I think you could argue if he's going to be going more the evasive, I don't know. It's obviously, as always, he could finish the Dawnbringer. He could be going for a full Behemoth's Heart. Wouldn't be the worst option.
It's about damn time.
Live longer in those jumps. There you already see the Slayer purchase right there by Boo Boo, or by Waltzel even. Gonna end up on Boo Boo. So yeah, he's pretty much gonna have a Savage Mace. In fact, he'll probably even have it before the wing bow's finished right here on Corrupted. And hell, at this rate, he definitely will. Corrupted still has a little ways to go now before he's gonna have that. Obviously, needs a Snake Bracelet and then the Steam Staff here to finish that off. Devour roaming around. He's looking for an opportunity. He might have found one. Pestilence gets caught. Can they follow up enough? Pestilence in trouble. Seals are coming out. The burst damage. Pestilence falls right there. He has no buyback. Beautiful server lines. Can they work off of it? Corrupt Disciple going in now. Wilds on the front line. The glacial downpour. Wilds is going to fall on line. Esports Club gets a huge pick. The super KGE hook comes through. And they're going cutthroat towards the middle. Wilds uses his final buyback. They have to hold right here. Pestilence is not coming up for 60 seconds. Boo Boo's locked down. Boo Boo's not coming back up. Boo Boo's dead. Wildsoul's nearly useless now. The rack's going down. JG well played just like that. One pick happens and Lion Esports Club takes game number 1 here. And they're going to be moving on with a 2-0 advantage here. Oh, never mind. Okay, just kidding. The fake concede coming out from Stay Green. So they're going to keep pushing here. I don't know what they're going to do, though. They have no Boo Boo. Pestilence is not up for 35 seconds. I mean, yeah, might as well play it out. I have no problem with that at all. In fact, I actually like seeing that, but they're just going cutthroat, man. They're going right for the shrine as they should. And nothing that they could do, as you see. The jump right here from Engineer. He goes there, he couldn't even get off. They didn't even have a cooldown ready. He goes down. There's the pull into the well, actually. They're trying to get them down to the well. Devour does fall, but Wretched Hag is not going to matter. They blinked away. The sacrificial shrine is being beat on. There's some GDC call. They realize, yeah, it's going to end the old-fashioned way. The shrine goes down, and Lion Esports Club, again, they take game number 1 here. And again, as a result of being up 1-0, they're now up 2-0 here in this best out of 5. Looking to get the job done in the next game. Wow, again, just what a way to finish that game. I mean, stay green. The team knows how to persevere. They showed all the time. They came back. They made it happen. It was looking like all of a sudden they had all the momentum in the world. Wildsoul was getting to that very scary, just no way we have a chance to come back point. Then that crazy 1v1 Wretched Hag versus Pestilence happened. Hag barely won that fight. And then before you know it, the pick right there, though. The pick right there in a Pestilence. He just got caught in a bad spot. Super KGE lands the big Devo hook. And then they work off of that to finish off the series. Or to finish off the game, excuse me. Not finish off the series. Finish off the game right there as they push right for the shrine. So, big win for Lions. It's not over yet, though. In fact, again, we've been here twice. We've been in this situation twice now. Last week, or last cycle, I should say, they were up 2-0. They eventually won the series 3-0. Couple more cycles before that, though, they were up 2-0, and they lost the series 3-2. So, which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be for Lion Esports Club here? Obviously, they're looking for the previous cycle result, but Stay Green has proven that they can do it, and most certainly they are going to be giving it their all, I'm sure, to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, next game coming up. Stay tuned. Going on a short break as always, but we'll be back. Stay Green, Lion Esports Club. Game number 2. Will Lions wrap it up, or will Stay Green stay alive? Cycle 7 Grand Finals. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.